thinking of traveling or moving to Southeast Asia and you don't know which location to choose and how to find the right accommodation for you, then you have come to the right video.
Because in this video, we're gonna cover the top 4 most popular cities in Southeast Asia and how you can find the best accommodations in these places.
So without further delay, let's dive into it. When we started researching, we were overwhelmed by the amount of conflicting information online. Which cities are best? Which locations to choose in each of these cities? And how do I find the best deal on accommodation? So after living in 4 of the most popular cities in Southeast Asia for several months, we wanted to make a video which helps our viewers make the right choices without having to painfully go through countless hours of research. Now, the location you choose will depend on your personal circumstances. Are you a solo traveler, a couple, a family? For us, we are a family of 2 adults and a toddler. For us, we lived in Kuala Lumpur and Saigon for 3 months each, while we lived in Bangkok and Jakarta for 2 months each. For us, our number 1 category was finding a preschool for our daughter and living in and around an expat area, as that's where we could expect the services we needed, even if it costs a little bit more. For those who don't know us, we're Nabil and Zanesta, and last year we quit our 6-figure jobs, packed up our lives in Australia, and now we are doing an adult gap year with our toddler.
The first is Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. Malaysia, in our opinion, is the most underrated country in the world. And Kuala Lumpur has a diverse mix of people and cuisines. And traveling around the city is very easy. The easiest way to travel is using one of those ride-sharing apps, Grab. If you're going there as a short-term traveler, then the best place to stay around is near KLCC or in Bukit Bintang. Both of these locations would give you a great opportunity to go around the city and look at all the tourist hotspots. Your best options will be Airbnb, Agoda, and Booking.com. If you're visiting there for 2 to 3 months, here are your options. You can consider Mont Kiara, which is the expat location of Kuala Lumpur. It has really high-end residential condos, lots of international preschools and schools, as well as a lot of dining options and shopping options. It is slightly on the higher end. There is another suburb called Sri Hartamas. You get pretty much everything that you're after because Mont Kiara is very close by, but the cost of accommodation is much lower. Another option that you can consider is Bangsar. There are quite a few expats who live in Bangsar as well, but what Bangsar is mostly known for is their amazing food. Now, for any of these places, you can choose Airbnb for convenience, but what we would recommend that you do is you reach out to one of those online property portals such as Property Guru or iProperty. Or even better, you can join one of those expat groups for Kuala Lumpur. That's where you can get connected to real estate agents as well as landlords who prefers giving short-term rentals to foreigners. We lived in both an Airbnb as well as a direct rental from a landlord, and we saved over $350 per month just by making that switch. So it's definitely worth the try. And if you want to stay long-term in Kuala Lumpur, where you're staying for 12 months or over, you can definitely consider Mont Kiara, but you can also consider a more suburban area such as Damansara Heights or Ampang. All of these options are great. It really depends on what you're really looking for.
Now let's move on to Thailand. Bangkok is the vibrant capital city of Thailand, and it has rich culture, diverse food, and truly it's a shopper's paradise. In saying that, Bangkok can also get super hectic with its traffic, but they have an extensive network of trains, mainly the BTS, that runs through the busy tourist area. Stay in walking distance from the BTS station because it will drastically improve your quality of life, because the difference in a few kilometers is massive in this city. And Bangkok is not cheap. For short-term tourists, which is less than a month, Asok or Sukhumvit could be a choice. It's a bustling area with numerous restaurants, nightlife spots, and very easy access to public transportation. Silom could be another option. It is known for its vibrant city life, shopping, and the proximity to Lumpini Park. You can choose these accommodations from Airbnb, Booking.com, and Hostel World, which are very popular for short-term stays. For medium-term stays, which is around 2 to 3 months. One of the places that you can look into is Thonglor. It offers a mix of upscale residents, trendy cafes, and nightlife venues. The other option could be Promphong, which is known for its expat-friendly atmosphere, international schools, and amazing shopping malls. Bangkok is considered the most visited city in the world, so the demand for accommodation is always high. Therefore, make sure you set your expectation accordingly. One tip is that book in advance, as that's the only way you're able to save. For long-term accommodation, which is 12 months and above, one of the places that you can choose to stay is Eka Mai. It provides a more residential feel with a mix of condos and townhouses and access to amenities. This is where our daughter's preschool was. The second option that you can look is Sathorn, which offers an upscale living, proximity to embassies, and a range of international schools. There are lots of French expats living here.
Saigon, officially known as Ho Chi Minh City. It's not the capital of Vietnam, but it is definitely the economic hub of the country. It seems like what Bangkok was 10 years ago. Even though there's a lot of motorbikes around the city, the traffic actually is nowhere as bad as Bangkok. Modern public transportation is just coming about. However, you wouldn't have any problems moving around the city because there's a lot of ride-sharing apps such as Grab with bike options. Right now, the cost of living is relatively low. However, we do not think it will last like this for too long because the country is economically progressing very fast. For short-term stays, we would definitely recommend that you stay in District 1, which is basically the central business district, and all the offices, hotels, where all the dining options, street food, a lot of historical tourist areas are all in this location. If you're staying here for a medium term, such as 2 or 3 months, there are 2 options that we can recommend. Option number 1 is Thao Dien in District 2. It is a vibrant expat area where you can find a lot of schools, a lot of restaurants, and basically all the amenities that you are used to in a Western country. Option 2 is Vinhome Central Park. Here you've got a whole bunch of residential condos, you've got schools, you've got a hospital, and you've got a lot of eating options as well with nice parks. Property portals such as Bat Dong San and muaben.net would be good options. But honestly, find Facebook expat groups because the expats over here are very passionate and very helpful. You'll probably be able to find some good options there. Now, if you're staying here for longer, you can definitely consider Thao Dien or Vinhome Central Park if you want to stay close to amenities and close to the CBD. However, if you want a more suburban life, you can move to District 7 in Phu Moi Hang. There you've also got all the things that you can expect in an expat location. However, you have a lot more space, a lot more green areas, and a more relaxed lifestyle. Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. It's unfortunately quite often overlooked by foreigners who would prefer Bali and the more laid-back lifestyle over there, but that shouldn't really be the case. It's an amazing city with great food, lots of history, and amazing people. And yes, unfortunately, it is true, Jakarta has a massive traffic problem. However, they have tried to compensate for that through really efficient metro train system and a rapid bus network with dedicated lines for these buses to travel on. This city is absolutely massive, so initially it does get a little overwhelming because there are so many options that you can choose from, but we'll try to break it down for you. Now, if you're coming for a short period of time, we would recommend that you stay in central Jakarta, which is close to the business district. Your first option should be SCBD. This is quite new. You've got a lot of high-rise buildings, high-end residential communities, as well as close proximity to all the things that you would like to do when in Jakarta. The other 2 options in central Jakarta are Sudirman and Mentang. Both of these areas are actually not that far from all the tourist areas, and it also has lots of shopping options as well as dining options. For medium-term stays for 2 to 3 months, we would suggest that you move out from central Jakarta and go towards South Jakarta, which is around a 20 to 30 minutes drive to central Jakarta anyways. Here, there are 2 areas that you can consider, Kemang and Kuningan. Both of these areas are quite expat friendly. It's got a lot of dining options, lot of international preschools, and it's connected to the public transportation as well. Property portals such as Ruma 123 or Urban Indo, you're definitely going to save 20 to 30% if you're able to find someone who's willing to rent it out to you for less than 12 months. If you're here in Jakarta for more than 12 months and you want to stay away from the hustle and bustle, a little bit more relaxed, then you have to move a little bit further away. So here are two options for you. Number one, Pondok Indah. Here you can find a lot of gated communities, a lot of dining options and international schools. And the other option is Cilandak, where there is a substantial French expat community with all the other expat facilities that you can expect.
That must have been a lot of information, but I hope that this information is valuable enough for you to choose your next destination, wherever that may be.
We've done so much research and we wanted to create a video that we hopefully had found when we were planning on traveling to Southeast Asia. Click on the link that we have provided in the description. There is a free comprehensive guide that will help you tailor your own adult gap year if that's something that you wish to do.
So with that, we say goodbye and we will see you in the next video.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.